Alright boys, so listen, here today, if you watched my recent MHA Ultra Rumble video, I told you specifically that yes, probably within the next 2-3 weeks we'll see some release date and some sort of announcement because they've been hyping it up. They've been doing too many events, too many tweets, too many posts giving you an idea that yeah, we want to stay in contact. We don't want to, give you that time away from us. We want to remind you that this is Ultra Rumble and this is something we don't want you to forget about because we're releasing relatively soon. And now we have the biggest news of the century giving us an idea of when Ultra Rumble will finally release. It's a release date, but not a definitive date, more so a release window. But again, it's they state this is our release date, but again, it's not a specific date, more so a window. But let's talk about it. All right, like and subscribe helps out a ton. Let's jump into it. We also have some more big news to cover from our very first developers blog over here from Ultra Rumble. Again, contact is great, giving us some sort of idea of where the game is. If they don't go like cold turkey, say, you know what, goodbye, we'll see you in 2 years, it's good. Rather in a few months, as we now know, but giving ideas that the game exists is great. So hopefully they keep it up. But again, Developers Blog Volume 1, launch window announcement, improvements, and open beta stats. I also want to mention that, yes, if you don't know what I mean by going MIA, they do this, or they've already done this twice, right? They first launched one beta back then on the JP side. They gave a whole beta. It was pretty cool. They went silent. Like a few months later, Global announced the same beta, came out, all right, we played the beta, had fun, went silent. That's it. 6 months, nothing. Gave a little bit of an announcement, Ultra Rumble's still real, don't worry about it. Went silent again. Came back later, said, oh, we're back, and now we're back for good. And since then, they've actually given some announcements, been tweeting, dropping stuff. So since then, it's been better. Correct? And now, following that announcement, which was like a month ago, they're back and they're here with this entire thing. They promised developer blogs, so we will have these continuously. Again, we don't know how long till we get another one, but they'll probably release, I would say, every 2 to 3 weeks. They'll give us a developer blog and give us an idea. Usually it's more so a monthly thing in gacha games, but I wonder what they're going to do. It could be different. So our first developer blog has arrived. Starting today, we will keep our players up to date on the latest news and developments. First, we would like to address one of the most frequently asked questions since the OBT. When is the release date? I would like to announce the release date as soon as possible. I truly can't wait to play with all of you every day. I want to help my teammate who hid and went down using Osui. Yeah, we are currently working diligently on development, adjustments, implementation, and bug fixes based on the OBT, which is an open beta test, right? Survey responses. As development progresses, we can give you a more definitive schedule. However, we can announce our development team is working to release My Hero Ultra Rumble this fall 2023. So basically, with this information, we already now have the idea that start of fall is what they're going for. Now, start of fall basically means the end of September. Now, okay, end of September, we can use that as a calculation. Then fall extends all the way to December. So early December, right? So keep it in mind, late September, early December. That means you can aim for a release October, November. More so, the way that I see it, I think that they take the time. I do think that the game requires more hype up, if you will. So November would be around their range. But again, October sounds like a wonderful date. It'll be pretty cool. There are other games releasing in October. So again, we don't know from a standpoint of we have to, these games are releasing, we got to compete with them. So I don't know how they're going to do it. But for me, it's between October and November, probably 50-50. Again, they could do it early December, but more so you'd equate December, yes, logically or theoretically it is fall still, but who knows how they want to do it. They could also mean very late September, like the very end of September, because again, that's still the start of fall, but we don't know. Yeah, they didn't say early fall, they didn't say late fall, they didn't say the middle of fall, they just said clearly fall 2023 is when we plan it. So again, it's only a few months away. We got to go through July, August. Why did I say July like that? July, August, and then basically you start it off with September at the end. So do keep that in mind. It is pretty cool. So yeah, so that's your release window. That's basically what you can have. Again, October, November, around where I'm aiming for it. But it still could be the last week of September and then the first week of December. So pretty simple, but moving forward. Now, regarding the implementation and modifications mentioned above, here is what we can tell you right now. So they did make this, which is an outstanding thing, something that I did mention a while ago. So you're welcome. If they took that idea, you're welcome. But a new training mode, a new mode that has been added that allows you to freely set your character level and items and practice. The hope of this, right, is basically you can learn what the quirks are and how to use them. For example, let's say you're a Shigaraki main, correct? And then all of a sudden, you want to use Ida. Ida's a different character. You have to understand that some characters are really different, so you have to work on them, right? You're not gonna unless you're broken and saying the best gamer in the world, you can't pick up a character yeah, I know how to use this. So being able to level 9 the talent or the skill and then be able to use that is huge. It's probably the biggest thing, because in a lot of games you may not be getting level 9 constantly, right? So you're like, oh, I can understand the first part of the kit because I can, get into some fights early game, but I can't really make it to end game. Something's wrong. So you level it up to 5 and then test the second improvement of what that actually looks like, and then level it up to 9 and then see what that looks like, right? Use it, have the same cooldowns, have everything active, and you'll understand how the character works, and it'll be better for you, and it's pretty good. That's an actually very good change. So huge W for this one, really huge W. Moving forward, we have AI improvements. We are making improvements to the AI algorithm and attack frequencies so that the attacks are launched from a reasonable distance. We will continue to enhance the challenge of battles even when the CPU joins, right? So again, that is often sometimes when you can't fill a match, they may throw a team or two of CPUs in there, and you can tell what a CPU is. If they target you, if they aim at you from like, all the way from like Alaska, if they're aiming at you from there, something's wrong, right? And that sometimes does happen. There are some weird things with the AI, but they weren't that bad. Some games have terrible AI. I don't think that Ultra Rumble is terrible, but definitely AI improvements are always welcome. So keep that in mind. That is pretty cool. Next up, we have improved matchmaking. We're currently improving the matchmaking settings so players can play with more ease. Matchmaking was hell. It was terrible. So I do hope that the matchmaking system gets a whole, they need help, okay? It's bad. The whole matchmaking system is very, very slow. You keep getting disconnected. The game either crashes or whatever in the middle of matchmaking, or it's just like you queue into a match of full AI, or you take 2 years to queue. Those are like the multiple things that happen. And the closed beta clearly, or open beta, clearly had a lot of players. So players weren't the shortage. It was just the servers, probably, or something like that, right? So keep that in mind. So moving forward, character rebalancing. The range of win rates between characters narrowed in the open beta. However, we will continue to adjust the balance and strengths and weaknesses of each character. Balance adjustments will be posted in the dev blog when they've been implemented. So I am curious. I really hope to see what they have planned there. It would be very nice. Improve the user reporting functionality. We are improving the reporting system so that players can, or other than those in the middle of a game, can also report bad behavior. We will continue to act as needed to maintain a fun and fair user experience. So again, I do hope that the reporting function is kind of implemented properly. I don't know if anybody came across this, but I have seen plenty of teamers in Ultra Rumble. It is not funny. It is pretty easy to actually team this game because again, it's a shorter pool of players, and you see everyone on the map right away. So be like, oh, that's my friend, we're gonna team with him, and like the skin and everything. Again, every battle royale has this problem. Let's say Ultra Rumble is one of them that like specifically has it, but teaming in here is pretty easy, and it's been done so much to me where it's not even funny. But that is a cool thing, the reporting function. But I'm not reporting anybody. I'm just saying, like, what the fudge, dude? Why are people teaming? But yeah, so moving forward, coming soon. The results of the open beta test, including character usage rates, will be coming next week. So that's huge. They're going to give us another freaking update, which is outstanding. Can't wait for that. We hope to continue to disclose and communicate with you on this blog, so please check back for the next update, and we'll see you again in the next update. And again, as the producer, absolutely a great message to start off. Basically, we're ending off June, but start off July with this. We'll just say that right now. So for what it is, I'm super happy. I do think the game has so much potential, and I can't wait to actually play it. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they can do it. They made an outstanding game, so I'm going to cope. Let's see how they do, but, I hope they can maintain, you know what I mean? That's what I'm scared for, but let's see.